I literally made my bed for this video. What's up guys, it's Matt. Today's video is a type of video that I haven't done in a long time. It's a story time video just because this actually happened a couple weeks ago and I posted a ton about it on my Snapchat story, but I was like, well, my brain's dead and I can't think of an idea to do, so I'm just gonna tell the story. I feel like it might be like decent enough for y'all to hear. Also, I'm leaving for a cruise this Friday in Florida. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I love cruises. Anyways, you guys don't want to hear about that. I'm about to jump right in for the story time, so make sure you guys subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you like what you've seen so far, which is nothing. But give this video a thumbs up just because I want you to, and please subscribe for the puppy. I always say that. She hasn't been on my videos in forever. Well, she was my vlog. Hey, you good? Alright, okay guys, sorry, I just watched my Snapchat story from that day because I saved like most of my Snapchat stories, my memories, so I'm gonna like just remind myself a little bit of what happened. But I'm just gonna start off at the beginning. Like, we just had a couple friends over, there's probably about like 10 of us, and we all like were like hungry. It was really late, and I hope you guys know me well enough to know that I'm obsessed with sushi, and so are my friends, because if they're not obsessed with sushi, they're not gonna be my friends, because that's a huge rule that I ask people when I first meet them before I decide if they can be my friend or not. I've never done a video sitting like in the middle of my bed before. I'm usually like at the edge, and now that I am, I don't know how to sit. Anyways, we went there, some people left. We took 2 cars, Hannah and Richard were driving, and I was in Richard's car. It was his new car, so that's fun. We'll get back to that part of the story later and as to why that's relevant to the story. So we get to the sushi place. It's open till 2 because, you know, we're out late. It's like 1:30 and we were just hungry, and instead of everyone just leaving, I was like, I want sushi as always. So we went to eat sushi, and it was probably about 1:30 when we got there, so we just, you know, got right in, got our seats. It's one of those easy, fast sushi places. They just give you a piece of paper, you write down like one next to like what you want, the roll you want, and then you just give them the paper. They don't have to take your order. Like, it's not high maintenance. So yeah, we got our food. It was literally, I got a roll, my friend got a roll, my other friend got a roll, edamame, boom. Nothing like special. It wasn't like a hard menu or anything, but it was fine. But she brings the food out, this woman, and she just sets it down. I remember something weird happened with the soy sauce. I can't remember correctly, but I'm pretty sure they didn't bring a soy sauce. I was like, can we have soy sauce? She was like, yeah, I guess. It was kind of annoying. I'm obsessed with soy sauce, obviously, but I'm obsessed with sushi. Sushi is soy sauce is sushi. So I wanted my soy sauce. They brought it out finally. I'm pretty sure I spilled it or something. No, that was a different night. Okay. But yeah, so we had a little trouble with the soy sauce or something. So yeah, we had a little bit of trouble with the soy sauce. And then after she gives us our food, she stands by our table like this and just starts watching us eat. And we're like, what are you doing? But it's kind of uncomfortable, but we're just eating. And then she's like, are you guys ready to pay? And Hannah, cause she's kind of blunt, I guess, was like it's okay, like you don't need to rush us out or whatever. And she was like, I have things I have to do. I have to go home to my dogs, or I have to go home to my family or something. And we were like, okay, but you're like 25 years old. Okay, cool. You work here, you took the night shift. Your restaurant you work at closes at 2, so obviously you should be expected to be out late. And you're old enough to where you don't need to be home to your family at a certain time. I'm sure your mom's not waiting at the door for you. So you can calm down and not like try to rush us out. She was like, you guys need to hurry up because it's closed and I need to go with my family, and it wasn't even close yet. It was like, and while she was like standing over us and like listening to her conversation, but like no, some people that like weren't facing her didn't notice. Someone said, I can't remember who, was like, oh, she's not getting a tip. She was like annoying and tried to rush us out of here, and she obviously heard that, so that was kind of like an awkward moment. We all started laughing, but we'll get back to that later because this woman got her tip. So she's just standing there over us, and it's kind of like, what are you doing? Like, you're being annoying. Like, leave us alone. Let us eat in peace. But she won't. So Hannah says, I think, like, oh, like, you can go get this check now, like, you can get a check now or whatever. And we basically just said, we wanted separate checks, right? We didn't want to all, like, split something because we all get different things. She brought us a check and she was like, okay, write down each, like, card number with how much is going on each card because I'm gonna get confused. And we're like, okay, fine. So we wrote down each person, like, how much the roll cost. And she brought back to us and she was like, this is not right, like, this doesn't add up correctly, like, you guys did it wrong. And we were like, oh, like, maybe we forgot tax or something, I don't know. We were like, okay, you can just do like the tax, for the tax, I don't know. We didn't count tax, I guess, apparently. I mean, it's hard to count tax when it's like all these rolls and then like the tax at the bottom. So we didn't do that, and she brought it back again. She was like, it's fine, I'll just do separate checks, because this lazy woman who was trying to get out because it was closing at 2, but it was only like 1:45 at this point, it wasn't that deep, and usually the doors close at 2, but like, if you work at a restaurant, and my friends do work at restaurants, they have to stay hours after to clean up and stuff, and because once people are seated before doors close, they still like get their time to eat and stuff. So this woman who's already been so annoying, like standing over our table is so annoying to begin with. Like who's gonna sit over someone's table? So rude, disrespectful. I mean, it's just so offended. But yeah, it was rude. It was annoying, and I was like, lady, leave. The only reason she left is because we were like, fine, you can like rush us out of here and get our checks fast. So she brought us a second back, and I'm pretty sure they like split them all. And we looked at them and we were like, oh, these are wrong. She brought back the checks. They were separated, and she was like, you don't have to give me a tip, just sign it and leave. Like, I did it, you don't have to tip me. And she was like, sign it and give it back to me, just do it fast and get out of here, you can get out of here. And we were like, oh my gosh, we were all just like, took them since she had separated them, we just signed it and gave it back to her. But then my friend Brandon was like reading his, and he was like, this is way overcharged, why are they charging me this much? I got like one little thing. And he was reading it, and he was like on the side, so it was like a kind of like a booth like this, with chairs around here. And he was like on this part of the booth, and she was standing over him like, give it me to check. She was like, let's go, let's go. And she started like yelling at him. She was like, let's go, I'm trying to get home before it gets stopped. He was like, hold on, why is this overcharged? And she was like, still like keep trying to get it from him. And so he realized that she had added her gratuity to it since she knew we weren't gonna tip her because she was awful to us. And at this point it was probably like 2:05, but like it honestly took longer because she kept messing up the bill. And either way, it's only 5 minutes over. It closes at 2. She was gonna stay there way later anyways. And so this woman charges us all 20% of our bill extra as her tip so she can like get her money still for being a terrible person to us. And this woman rips it out of his hand. She rips the whole check right out of his hand because he realized that she was doing something that you're not supposed to do. You can't add your tip to someone's bill. Like they can either tip you or not. Like of course it's annoying when people don't tip, but like everyone's gonna tip if you do a good job, like obviously, unless they're a terrible person, and that's their problem. Then you can run after them outside of the restaurant and do whatever you want as you please. But if we're obviously not gonna tip you because you were rushing us out and you were rude to us, then we're not gonna tip you. You can add 20%, which is also a big tip, to it, like you were like some amazing waitress to us, because you were. So she grabs it from him, and she doesn't have the little pin with the spoon on it. She just grabs it out and starts running. He's like, what are you doing? Like, if there's something wrong with my bill, you can't just take it from me with my, like, you know, because I signed it, he already had his credit card back, so, like, obviously she can charge, like, she already charged him for it. The pen was still there, so he, like, brushed the pen off the table, like, this, because she grabbed it out of his hand and didn't wait for the pen that had the spoon on it, like those ratchet kind of restaurants usually have. And she picked it up and she threw this pen at him. She threw the pen with the spoon at him while he was sitting at the table. Like, who does that? I was like, oh, you don't get fired, then there's something wrong. Because I can't, like, that's like something you can't even do. Like, if someone did that to you on the streets, if you got in a street fight, like, I don't know, I just feel like you could not get arrested, but like, it's kind of like a form of assault. She threw the pen at him, and they were kind of like yelling a little bit. It was kind of funny. I don't remember what words exactly were said, but it was quite humorous. And then she ran back with it, and she got all of our 20% tips, put them in, you know, and we like didn't know what to do. So my friends started taking their drinks and pouring them on the table, so she had to stay longer and clean up. So like, in the end, like, she would have just left earlier if she hadn't been a crazy woman. But she decided to be a huge female dog to us, so, Pixie, where you at? So that was extremely rude and annoying, and we went up to the front desk, and Hannah was like, I work at a restaurant, I know how this works, like, you can't do that, like, it's awful, obviously it's awful. She threw it at us and charged us money that was going to herself just because she was, like, salty, like, I'm out late, I have to go home and be with my family. So we went up to the desk and we were like, she was extremely rude at us, she was rushing us out, she threw the pen at us, like, she's like literally the worst, you need to talk to her or whatever. And she came over and she was like, she started like blowing kisses at us. I was like, what are you doing? And laughing and like cleaning, like picking up things off other tables and like laughing at us, and thought it was so hilarious randomly when she didn't think it was, she wasn't sassy at all. She was just straight up rude and mean at her table. But now she was like, while we were talking to her boss behind us, and she was like, I don't remember what she said, but she was like, I don't remember what she said. Oh my god, I wish I remember. I should have filmed this video way sooner to when it happened. But she was saying stuff to us too from like behind the little like table where the guy, you know, the host is at. And he was like, I'm really sorry about her, I'm really sorry. And we were like, she overcharged us when she did awful service. And he was like, oh, I'm really sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that. I'm not sure. And then we stood there like, are you gonna do something? He was like, I'm not sure what you, like, why you're still here. And we were like, right. So we just left because we didn't know what to do. I read a really pretty funny Yelp review, but I like accidentally like sent it in wrong, but it's somewhere. It's like, I want to try to find it and attach it here for you guys to see because I hate them. And yeah, don't go to Rock and Roll Sushi even though it's open till 2. There are other places open till 2 that you can go to. There's probably not a sushi one though in LA that I know of, but if there is, LA peeps, let me know. Also, part 2 of this story, we decided to leave, we were all mad, right? And then we get in a car accident in Waitress, brand new car. It was probably like his 3rd time driving it. It was a really nice car. It was like an Audi R7, I don't remember. Anyways, and then he was yelling at us too, and we were like, stop, and we called the cops. We had to wait for 50 minutes to an hour. 15 minutes an hour, okay. We had to wait for an hour for the cops to come, sat in the parking lot forever, then that they had to find all their stuff. Super annoying. His car's in the shop for like 3 weeks now. I don't even know whose fault the insurance company said it was, but that was a hassle too. It was just a rough night for all of us. Thankfully, everyone stayed. We all kind of just chilled. It was kind of fun because like the guy was yelling at us and he wouldn't leave us alone. We were like, can you go back to your car and hang there? Because like, why are you still talking to us about stuff and the cops aren't even here? Like, it's not gonna affect like the actual outcome of what happened if you were just yelling at us the whole time. But he did. He said, no, I'm stay right here. Like, just go to your car. And then his passenger came out and was like, don't worry about it. My knee hurts. So she like came out and pulled that. Yeah, that was a whole night. This waitress is awful. I hope she's watching this, even though she's not. Peace to everyone in the world except her. Anyways, guys, I hope you take my advice. Don't go to Rock and Roll Sushi or you will die. You'll get murdered by a pin going into your eye or something like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day and eat your sushi. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment on this video the worst service you've had, a story about an awful waiter or something of the sort. And I want to read your stories. Peace.
I was a liar, I gave into the fire. I know I should have fought it, at least I'm being honest. Feel like a failure, cause I know that I failed you. I should have done you better, cause you're the one.